さに、郁恵さん。 Be starting in a minute here. Okay, let's make sure I have everything right. Looks like we're fine. Those of you just tuning in, this is the ReGen Invitational 2, round of 16. This is Jimmy versus Average Joe's, being played on both Sky and Foundry. So we are decently into our tournament here. Well, the initial best of ones have been played on Infernal Shrines. We're now on to the second phase, all on both Sky and Foundry. This is Jimmy, was the higher seeded team, so they will have first pick here. First pick, first ban. Average Joe's, of course, won the last round. That's how they're here, which I casted. Looking forward to this matchup. I have not seen This Is Jimmy play before, though I hear they're quite good. Average Joe's, of course, put on a solid performance, so let's see how this plays out here on Sky Foundry. This Is Jimmy opened with a Chromie ban. Not surprising. Genji ban, also not surprising. Excuse me. Typical things. Let's see if we'll get any outlier bans, but I'm expecting some form of Viral, Garrosh, Deckard, Alex, something like that from most of these teams. There's the Garrosh ban. And Average Joe's taking their time to consider this. Medivh ban, so I saw this last game as well. Versus TNC. There was a Medivh ban, so it must be something they play. Otherwise I would not expect it here, especially in the first phase. Yrel secured for This Is Jimmy. They're going to be very happy about this. Hero is just an absolute monster in the hands of a skilled player, and a team who knows how to play around that hero. And especially in a map like Volskaya, where it requires a lot of fighting over the points. That being said, Average Joe's secure themselves a Rainer and a Murden. Solid openers there as well. Both good sustained defense and offense power.
I shall do what I must.
Speaking of, here's the Alex. We've seen her win every game on the stream today, which is only 2 games before, but still showing her strength as a point control hero, especially when Dragon King comes out. Really hard to fight into that. Typically secures the objective area. An Asmodan as well, or Asmodunk rather, for This Is Jimmy. Happy we got an Asmo here. This is going to be a really fun game already. Rainer, Asmo, it's going to be great. I believe Rainer was banned both prior games I cast, so happy to see him show up here. I think Asmodan was also banned one of the games and just not picked the other, so. Last ban Johanna makes a lot of sense. Asmo Johanna is a classic combo. Helps cluster everything for Asmodan to then dunk in terms of minion waves and heroes as well. Mostly the other game laning, double and stack, Taste for Blood, or Annihilation now as it's called. See what the last ban here is. We still have some offlane or, yep, indeed, I was going to say offlaner support options, but the Blaze is banned out. Speaking of, here's the Alex. We've seen her win every game on the stream today, which is only 2 games before, but still solid bans from both teams, I would say. Now, these next two picks, of course, will really determine the nature of Average Joe's drafts, because only showing 2, then they'll have 4 to 5 locked in. I'm expecting a healer, maybe the Deckard or the Malfurion's an option. And we'll see what they want otherwise. There's the Malfurion and Dahaka. I don't normally like Dahaka in this match. Yeah, I gotta look into that after. Didn't really have time before. I have some bug going on with my OBS. Like anytime I turn on stream delay, it just crashes the program. I don't know why. I think it's a version issue or something like that. But there's a 10-second delay or something to that effect. Stitches Jaina here for... This is Jimmy. This is pretty nice. I've always liked Stitches on this map. I think he's an underpicked hero in general. He's really strong if you know how to just hook decently and use a hero like Jaina to follow up. Really strong. Yeah, I just wanted to explain. It's not on purpose, Dan. That's all.
It's a perfect day for some
I was saying I don't really like to hawk on this map too much. There's no good vents near the objective points. So Dahaka can't really just burrow right in on top of the objective. He has to walk a little bit. It's not bad. Maybe they just have a really comfortable Dahaka player. I do like Dahaka versus Yrel though. So you can tongue grab her, mess her up, drag her around. Especially if she goes Sacred Ground or whatever the ult is, can drag her out of it and stuff like that. Of course, they have this Junkrat here now as well for extra control. The Mine Boops, Rip Tire. I really like this draft by both teams. Very solid. Let's see. May have to do a quick adjustment of the logos. I'm a little rusty on my stream setups here. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is Jimmy, needs a quick adjustment. Sorry about that. Little wonky. Behave. Alright, that'll work. Technically average. Alright, gotta get back to this game. Alrighty. And in the blue corner, this is Jimmy. We have JShift22 on the Yrel, Dan Clan on the Alex Straza. Oh, I see you're in the chat. And Dementia on the Jaina JShift. Oh, I already said JShift. Mitchie D on the Stitches. Tiny Rick on the Asmodan in the right corner for Average Joe's. Jesus on the Malfurion. Random Task on the Murden. Can't actually see the other heroes. Will be Beebs on Junkrat. Tad MG on the Rainer. And Defcon 70 on Dahaka. Hook will miss from Mitchie D. Tinder picks here, seeing another Perfect Storm from Murden. Maybe the, I believe Random Task just rather likes that talent. The block probably wouldn't get too much value. Damn, it's no big deal. Wrath for the Asmodan. Biggest nose here. This is Jimmy, already moving top to clear. Yrel versus Junkrat bottom, so very interesting. Dahaka will not be the offlaner, so it seems it will be the Junkrat. A little unclear what Avid Shows is doing here with their lanes. 3 people bottom right now. They're trying to take the camp as soon as possible, perhaps. Questionable lane setup from Average Joe's. Although, okay, they're setting up for a camp invade. Very interesting. Yrel could heal him here and help us out. That was all 5 heroes going to hit us. Yikes. Okay, Average Joe's really want this turret. They want to try and secure the initial point right here. Is the Yrel. She gets booped off, though. Should be able to secure this. Murden will grab the turret. Dahaka, though, in a little bit of trouble. Random Task might be in trouble. Looks like he will skate to safety on the conveyor belt. Okay, nice play by Average Joe's, stealing the camp. If they can secure their own, that'll be 2 turrets for them. Afternoon, up before you wrap stacks. Speaking of securing camps, this is Jimmy just going straight for support camps, and it looks like Average Joe's is not aware of it. No contest whatsoever. Too many other players bottom. So this Jimmy may have lost their turret, but they did pick up the healing pulse on Tiny Rick here.
We've redesigned
Siege
our
camp
trigger
being done
protectors
for this
combat
Jimmy.
in the next life. Prepare to begin field testing.
Interesting. I actually like this one. This a little unsure why Jaina went both mana talents. I feel like you will need one or the other, but she won't really have her globes till later, so that's fair. And she probably won't actually really get the pierce value this game, so I don't mind this. I feel like you can just go Arcane Intellect and be fine, but you know, she will have infinite mana this way, so can't hurt by dealing on stitches. Cool talents here. I like this. Hook will miss by Mitchie B. We haven't seen the stitches really come into play yet, but I imagine that will happen more as these fights over the objectives happen. So as always, top with the healing pulse. I feel like this is a good time for shows to try and fight like they are. We need to move in here. 4v3, here's Zerel though. For the 4v4, one turret is down. They should still have another, and they do indeed on Jesus. See how much, that was already 42% for this Jimmy, so they're not going to be too worried here. Tiny Rick getting beat down a little bit here by Deathcon. Laser avoided with the burrow. Expect this is Jimmy to make a move maybe in the next 20 seconds or so at this point. We will see. It really depends if they're going to commit the Azodan to come down or not. Or the Yrel is doing a nice job bottom here. Then we have Junkrat slinking down as well. Level 7 of course for both teams. Azodan really would like to be down here. He's here now. See if he can get some stacks. The Haka is going to show up here. They go for murder. He's safety. It is overtime, 99% for Average Joe's. They still have a turret. Healing pulse though, still for this is Jimmy. I'm going to be very curious to see how this plays out. This Jimmy actually stepping off to grab the camp. Average Joe's really needs to recognize this and make a play. Force them to get back here or bully them on the point. Being a little passive, I feel. Moving in now. Here comes the Dragon Queen. Here's the Haka. Nice one grab on the Alex. Healing pulse is out as well. Split of the healing. Random pass falling very low here on the Merchant. Did not opt for the heal. Yrel tries to go in. It is now overtime for both teams. J-Ship 22 falling ever so low. She will die. That is first blood, but nonetheless, Punisher, Protector goes away. This is Jimmy, and it will immediately beat down the Rainer in the Malfurion. Alex draws it in. Asmodan blinked out a moment on his name there. Inside his Protector, beating down the middle tower. Protector at about half health. They will, they might look to go top, and now Random Pass in a lot of trouble. He went in on, tried to get that Jaina kill. Pretty ill-advised, considering the state of things. So there's a 3v5. Junkrat now in a lot of trouble himself. Gets hooked. Mitchie D doing the work with the stitches. Average Joe's need to take a breath and stop chain feeding here and just defend. They're full level behind now. As a result of both these deaths and these towers being taken out. Protector will go down finally. Level 10 though is here for this Jimmy. We have Bile, Black Pools. They're deciding what they want otherwise. Cleansing Flame, so no Light Finder. Yrel went to leave Ardent Defender. Yep. And Elemental for Jaina. This is a lot of control coming out here. Bile slows, Elemental slows. Cleansing Flame can dive as needed. Argent Defender will soak up a lot of damage. Ardent Defender, excuse me, not Argent. I feel like Average Joe's could have secured that point. A little bit of display But they were a little slow to force that 4v3, 5v3 option they had. They did get it, but a little late. Nice move here on the Tiny Rick, who still has the healing pulse. Or did they get another healing pulse? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they just got another healing pulse. Triple 10 though for both teams. Here we have the Avatar, the Isolation, the Rift Fire. Up here in Rain, here's the Hyperion for Rain. Fair choice. Now it goes for the Tranquility. Pretty solid options, considering the nature of the snap. A lot of sustained fighting, so we have zoning and push. Pretty sustained, respectively. Look at some Asmo stacks, he's getting close to those 200, so he'll be starting to be more of a bully soon. It's just taking a lot of damage, not really the target you want to be focusing that hard on. Remember, he also has this amplified healing, and he went saber later, so its own inherent health regen on top of the Alexstrasza heals means he's going to be hard to take down without a lot of burst damage committal, and they don't really have that much burst damage, honestly. It's a lot of sustained chip damage here from the side of Average Joe's. Muradin's 10 stacks in. Vengeful Roots on the Malfurion. Camp's coming out here for Average Joe's. Top to bottom. 13 imminent for This Is Jimmy's, so they will look to pressure down this for the middle perhaps. Or pick a fight as soon as they're 13. We'll see. But now they're feeling pretty good about just walking up here. Throwing out a lot of spells. Would like to see one hero top from Average Joe's. They do need this 13, so they are still more than a full level behind. Nice grab on the Night Trick. Alpha pair of Siberian, Punch Flame. Everyone's pressing their R buttons. No kills as of yet, though. A lot of health bars falling low. Stitches just might go down, though. They can get the kill. Indeed, they can. Junkrat will take out the Fat Man. Stitches will save their fort. They're still a full level behind. We really would like to see them pressure and try and get 13. Maybe
Terminal
get a little
activated.
percentage on this.
Take control of it.
Daka will be bottom. They will have this global burrow in. That'll help buy them some time. Towards 13, Stitches will be here in about 20 seconds, considering his respawn time and walk time. We will see if This Is Jimmy takes it easy or tries to make a play on the point. Looks like they'll just take it easy. 13 though, not here for Average Joe's just yet. Of course we have the flea bag. This will be very nice for the Stitches. Chain of Command just get buffed. Comes out, will miss, but this is yet another healing pulse. Or healing bio bomb, I forget what it's called. Or This Is Jimmy's. Taka's still bottom, trying to get that 13. Asmodan is middle. 64% though for Average Joe's. This middle will go down to these minions if no, Rainer has no interest in saving his fort. I guess he's soloing the camp. Bit of a curious decision. I'm not sure what the play here is. I guess they're just trying to bully them off the point. Daka pushes bottom. Or they're just conceding this entirely. I'm a little unclear what the plan is from Average Joe's. They're grabbing both turrets. And then are they conceding the point or trying to run back up and defend in time? That, I don't know. Because so far they've given up 2 forts and a whole lot of objective time for it. Doesn't seem like the most sensible play, all things considered. Morgan moves in, he is now in. Out comes the Blizzard and there's the protection already. Game plan not working out for Average Joe's. A lot of ults coming out here. Punching Flame. Tranquility. Protector is chasing this team as well down. This is a pretty notable misplay from Average Joe's. They give up 2 forts for free. Of course the middle fort was almost dead, but the only thing of value they took from This Is Jimmy is their turret cannon. It doesn't really matter when you have a protector shooting down the cheap walls. Jimmy will not mind that in the slightest. They also get the 16 for another major fight possibility. That's the Retire. A lot of damage out on Rel. Volume very low, and she dies. Well played. Keep in mind, most of the damage is in the Protector, so the Protector gets all the damage here. Nice counter kill from Average Joe's. Hook here on the Jesus. Will get pummeled, and down he goes. Protector too strong. 16 is now here. Average Joe's gonna watch out, or they change speed here will not be good for them whatsoever. Rainer just keep down goes the Rainer up there on the front lines. Not where he wants to be. Random task, also very low. He might eat a hook. Asmo Dunk will take out the Junkrat. That was actually this talent we saw here. His auto attack did like 500 damage or something like that. Professor Bobo is rating with a fucking 12. Thank you, Professor Bobo, and everyone also watching. Those tuning in. This is Jimmy versus Average Joe's, and this is Jimmy's currently winning, as you can see, up about 2.5 levels or so, quarter, and just taking a keep. Being able to assert their dominance on the map by stealing Average Joe's siege camp. Average Joe seem to, they're just not taking it easy. They're just kind of running at This Is Jimmy and chain feeding. I think they need to take a breath and play a little more methodically, and they'll be fine. That being said, they dug themselves into quite a bit of a hole now. Down a keep, down a lot more levels than they'd like. They're about to go up against double healing pulse as well. And keeping that and Dragon Queen over the next objective is going to be very difficult. But we'll see if they have a way back into this game. A big Junkrat boop or the Hakatung grab could really try to fight around, even though they're down a talent here. They do manage to secure their turret. Stitches will blind hook. Not going to hit. Jimmy taking the wrong turret camp. Junkrat left it at 10 top. They will need to shove this out quite a bit, especially considering the next objective's bottom. So Haka can be up here for the next objective, but he actually has a decent bush vent to come into for this objective, but not particularly amazing. Jimmy will look to pick up the last outer fort with ease here, pulling it down. Average Joe's is 16. We'll see how much they feel compelled to defend this. Dragon Stitches with the pulling towards the team. That doesn't seem the best way to go. Bothers out, Nectarian, ability. There's Rel. Big hammer knockback. Oh, that dunks by Asmodan are huge. Chunkin' fools. Down goes the Haka. Again, we're seeing this Wrath bonus just be insane. He's up to almost 400. This is Jimmy. Push, push, push. Ultra roll down, although Asmo is up at the moment for his Q. Remember, they still have a healing pulse. Ranger gets hooked. Uses the full red knockback. Will be fine for now. Beebs, though, maybe not so far, especially if he gets Asmo done at the moment. Will be okay. 4v5, no to Haka. They're trying to hold on. Healing pulse is out for This Is Jimmy. They have all the sustain in the world. They still have the turret. And if they really, really absolutely have to, they can Dragon King for this. It seems unlikely that they will. Here's the Bile again. Rel jumps in, looking for that hammer knockback, hits the Murden. Murden has a turret, conversely. Keep goes down, keeps down. Remember, there are double catapults on core, actually, and shield. Big hook on the Haka, but it's the Haka near the Barring Claws. Will go to safety for now. Rel's jumping in there, trying to get on top of this Rainer. Just knock him back into the team. Will not quite get it. See if the Haka can get a tongue grab, yanks him back into the core. Maybe a mind boop from the tongue grab. They're going in hard. Ability is out. There's the dragon he has mentioned. That's falling low, but not really low enough. It's just a murder. Force Avatar and running the core. Here's the lead. Zerel Deathcon will go down to Jaina. Also conversely finish her Frostbite. She now has Ice Blocks. Even more defense here. But this is Jimmy. Defense they may not need, however. They are on the core here from Zygerian, but what can they do? It's Assault of This Is Jimmy. Out comes Reptire, but Jaina just Ice Blocks it. Trying to wait it out. Will knock her under 4, but down goes Rainer. It is now a 5v3 under 4. We got a pulse here as well. Down goes the Junkrat. Appears to be the end of Average Joe's. This is only been under 4 here. Instead of their well. Jays is not even able to make it into his well. GG, well played. Should call that too in just a moment. GG indeed. This is Jimmy take a 16-minute, 23-second game over Average Joe's on Full Sky Foundry in this best of round of 16. Best of 1. Alrighty. Look at some quick stats here. Healing was almost identical. That's pretty interesting. Stitches tanked like a boss. So much XP from Asmodan. Hammer damage was good. Not too much to say about that. We can have a peek at the talents for anyone interested. I actually really like this Asmo build, though I think it's fairly standard. Though this just got buffed today, so I think more people will be taking Battleborn. Same for Chain of Command, that also got buffed. So did Pride. Pride also got buffed. A lot of buffs on the Asmo here. Yeah, this is such a crazy talent. Asmo got a bunch of kills with this. Pretty intense. Rod's Insight, this thought this got nerfed today a little bit, but it's still good, obviously. Anything else? She did not go the Hammer talent, so we didn't get to see that. I think this also got nerfed. This also got nerfed on the 20-second cooldown, but Urel obviously still super strong. Great performance by J-Shifts here. Started out a little slow with the Stitches, started landing some hooks. They got all these pulses. I think the biggest issue for Average Joe's is when they decided to fully concede the top objective point, give up 2 forts, all just to get 2 turret camps bottom. If they did the play way sooner, maybe, but they waited a long time to do it. Of course, maybe the camps went up. I wasn't exactly looking for that. But, I don't know. And they give up a lot of kills off of it. Ultimately, I believe they lost the keep over it. That was probably the main Achilles heel of that game for Average Joe's. Otherwise, they played decently. You could see the ideas they had behind their draft didn't quite come together. They didn't have anything truly threatening in terms of like nasty wombo or combo or like high basic ability synergy necessarily. Maybe a few things, not enough to combat this anyway. The dunk power, the Jaina Blizzard, the hooks, all the Alex sustain on top of the healing pulses, the Urel bully. It was just a little too much for Average Joe's, but GG, well played. Let's see. What is the next bracket? This is Jimmy's. That'll be it for Average Joe's in this tournament. This is Jimmy will be fighting either Team Name Change or Moto Miracle. I'm not sure if that series is already over. Actually, let me refresh the bracket. Maybe it is. It is indeed. So TNC won versus Moto Miracle. So it will be TNC versus this is Jimmy coming up next. Actually, that's wait. That's fine. It's at 6:30, so it's another half an hour. And I believe that will be cast by Professor Bobo. I could be wrong. I have to go see if I can get an interview here really quick. Alrighty. Let's head over there. I'm actually not sure. And there we go. This is not TNC. This is Jimmy. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Congratulations on your victory there over Ravage Shows on Volskaya Foundry. That was looked like a fun match to be in.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun match. Average Joe's, they were very aggressive, very aggressive.
They were
They were
indeed.
actually-
It came close to working out a couple times, but maybe a little too aggressive for their own good, I feel. Led to some chain feeds that were at some very inconvenient times. I mean, is there any convenient time to chain feed? But you know, they were like right under forts or just as a protector came up and like extra poor timings.
Yeah, a couple times like we expected them to like concede something, especially I think it was on like top. It was on one of the objectives, and we had just gotten it, and they were still kind of there. So we were able to just like take the protector, turn the fight, and get some kills and push out. And that was kind of a recurring situation in terms of like them overstaying. Um, but no, I mean, hats off to them. They did play well. We kind of just, out macroed and then just won the fights when we needed to. But they were super duper aggressive.
They
Yeah,
were
we
maybe with a bit of
we
a different
appreciate it.
draft to facilitate that aggression. Maybe I feel like they needed a little more damage to make that work. Because they were like, yar, charge, attack, but then it's like, well, people aren't dying because they have all this sustain, right? Double healing
Yeah, for
call
sure.
from Alex, and it was cool. It was fun to watch because it gave a lot of action. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, maybe not really how they wanted to play necessarily, given the draft. But it was fun to watch. They had their moments, and of course, you guys took it slow and steady. Wins the
Hmm.
race, sort of thing on that map. Couple of heroes like Asmodan just got buffed. In your opinion, I know you don't want to like give things away, but I'm just curious. Is Asmo in a much better place now than he was before? Was he already pickable and now he's just more pickable as of the patch 2 days ago, or is it like Asmo's the thing
Yeah,
now?
yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's the end all be all, like, tier S or anything like that, but it was a sizable buff. He was already pickable in certain niche situations before. Not trying to give away anything, but yeah, with this buff, I would probably see him like he's gonna get picked most likely regularly. Maybe not prioritized, but I could see him being played quite a bit more than never. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe somewhere in the tier 1 range or upper tier 2 or something at least,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, the Wrath build from Tiny Rick, it definitely got a kill or two as I was watching, because he did a dunk and then an auto attack for like 400, 500 damage, and just
Yeah,
like, yikes, the chunk.
yeah, he's in love with Asmodan, so any opportunity that we can, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
potentially. It's all mind
But
games, you can also see disinformation. That's just a
yeah,
thing.
I know.
Um,
So he likes the hero. We'll see what
sure.
what
Well, you
happens
gotta you
going
gotta
forward.
see in NGS. There's matchups and maps, and you get to know the teams you're fighting in your division, and blah blah blah. So, oh wait, are you in
Yeah,
NGS by the way? I know you
we
are an open team, right? I've heard good
yeah,
things.
we're an open team. We're just now starting into NGS. This is our first season. Prior to this, quite a few of us were a chair league team, but then chair league kind of went away and
Mm.
just kind of sitting on our hands. So decided to do open division, and we saw NGS, and it seemed like a fun opportunity. So
Yeah, there's
um,
a lot of good teams, a lot of players, plenty of banner, good times, silly times. And NGS have been around for a bit, mostly like casting, coaching. Haven't played, but I think you'll definitely have a lot of fun here. Absolutely, and find some good matchups. Jesus, who was the Malfurion in that game on the enemy team, was curious if he did any scouting on them.
no, not particularly. I believe Average Joe's was a last minute addition after Texas A&M dropped out. Or am I wrong on that?
It is. It is. You're correct.
Yeah, so we no, we didn't really do much scouting. Not saying that like, we're gonna just like go in there completely unprepared. We kind of knew what we wanted to play, but no, we didn't really do much scouting
Yeah, I don't
beforehand.
really expect teams in this particular tournament to scout each other out. A lot of the time, because you don't even know who your opponent is to the last moment, depending on how the brackets play out, at this stage. And also,
Right.
it's a lot of for fun tournament. There's a lot of cross division play, whatever play. Obviously, people still want to win, and there's some gift card prizes, but it's not like official NGS where you like pre-schedule your matches and you're like, all right, I got a week, 10 days or whatever. I know who we're fighting. What are
Yeah.
they doing? Points are on the line. Blah blah blah. That's like extra serious mode. So, um,
Yeah.
in your view,
I
like, sorry, I
Go
was just
ahead.
gonna say, like, how does your team view this tournament? Is it like kind of get an idea of some of the NGS teams, or you just you know,
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking to do. We recognize that all of these teams are, or pretty much all of these teams are NGS teams, and several of them are going to be ones that we'll be playing going forward. So, what better way to introduce yourselves than to, participate in this invitational and, hopefully, advance through the ranks and get to see all of them.
well, you are definitely doing a great job so far. Really quick, I don't know if your next bracket has already been decided. I'm trying to look at that.
I believe we play team name change in 30 minutes roughly.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do indeed. I'm just spacing out. I think I said that on the cast before you came on. TNC, the other tank player, is a good friend of mine, so that's going to be a fun matchup. I'll probably try and watch
Is
that.
that Smitty Werbin?
Nem Avenger.
Oh,
Their
Nem
tank
Avenger.
changed, and maybe it was Smitty. He went to manager or something like that.
Okay,
Anyway, they're total goofballs, but they play really well, so
awesome.
it's always
Sounds like it'll
entertaining.
be a fun match.
Yeah, that's what I look for. Just people having a great time while also playing their best just makes for really great odds for everyone involved.
Yeah, I can't say anything different. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to playing them.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good luck to you and your team moving forward, and I also look forward to seeing you in NGS once it starts for season
Thank
5.
you. All right, thanks.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Was Dementia of This Is Jimmy. The bracket, I didn't set up a command, which I should have. Milk and cookies, but the bracket's here. Just pasted it for you. Now I need to throw my channel over to somebody else. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for showing up, for playing. Good luck, have fun out there in the Nexus. That's it for me today on the casting. But of course, there's a bunch more games being played, a bunch of other casters doing games and all that. So make sure you check out the rest of the tournament. Good luck, have fun. Going to auto host swing time. Oh, there we go. It went.